I wanted to take the opportunity of testing our new lavalier mic that happily Amazon must consider an essential and has delivered to us, to share some thoughts on a few things that have struck me under the current restrictions that we're living in. As my friend Carl Powley has observed, it's a really good time to be reflecting on our relationships to ourselves and our community and the world at large, and to consider things like what we consume and how we go about consuming. And I've heard a few people, or seen on social media posts and so on, people referring to when we go back to normal. And it strikes me that the idea that after this episode, however long it goes on for, that our world is going to return to the way it was before January 2020, whenever the outbreak started, is probably misguided. My suspicion, and I'm sure this is not an original thought or my belief, is that this will change the way the world operates permanently, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. So we will go back to normal, or rather the situation will normalize, but it's not going to be the old normal, it will be a new normal. And another thing that I've heard or read a fair amount of is understandable angst around the impact that the restrictions that we're living under are having on the economy, both national and global economies. As a small business owner and self-employed person, I have a lot of sympathy with concern around the impact on the economy. Our business is going to struggle hugely to survive this, not least because many of the people that have been supporting our business for years and years are also struggling, and they may not have the means to carry on supporting us. So our struggles are a manifestation of everyone's struggles. As a kind of aside, I think that one of the aspects of fitness that we can overlook sometimes, perhaps those of us in the fitness industry as a whole, is the Darwin idea that the creature or the organism that survives is not the strongest or the smartest, but the one which is best able to adapt. Of course, that really being the definition of fitness, is our ability to adapt to changing circumstances. So hopefully we can show ourselves to be resilient, and we'll be able to adapt and survive, maybe even thrive in whatever is the next normal coming our way. Along with this idea around distress about the global economy, it occurred to me last night, a lot of us probably operate in this kind of comfortable assumption that the way the global economy has been working is right or is inevitable. Perhaps like me, lots of people feel that though there are iniquities or injustices within this system, that's something which is kind of ordained by nature. The Matthew principle, stating along the lines of, to them that have much, more will be given, to those that have little, everything will be taken away, that kind of thing. And I believe the Matthew principle has been shown to exist not just in human society, but also within ecosystems as well. So I think I've probably used this as a way for me to feel more comfortable about the way that the the world works at the moment. And there's obviously many people in the world who don't feel so great about the way the global economy works, or the result of the global economy, the impact that it has upon their community or society and their lives. And therefore, is it really so unjust that people that have been disenfranchised by the global economy or globalization and a capitalist liberal system, that those people should have a turn, if you like, should have the opportunity to live in a way which perhaps works better for them, and that those of us who've been enjoying the comfort, the luxury, the relative superabundance that we have been, should actually have to experience something quite different, and maybe more akin to the lives of people who, for example, in Bolivia have had their staple crop rendered unaffordable because it's become a desirable superfood in the West. Maybe we won't get access to that superfood anymore, and we won't be able to have quinoa falafel or whatever, quinoa sushi, you name it. And those people in Bolivia, and I apologize if I've got the countries and stories mixed up, those people will be able to enjoy a different kind of comfort, but perhaps a life which is more comfortable for them, closer to the kind of thing we've been enjoying. I fear this is turning into a little bit of a ramble, but hopefully there's some sense underneath all of that the new normal which is coming for us may well be quite different from the normal that we've known before, and hopefully we can all think about how fortunate we've been previously, how fortunate we will continue to be, and that maybe the new normal can be a period where we have more gratitude for what we're able to get, more consideration for the people that perhaps invisibly help us to get those things. Coming back to what Carl Paoli talks about, more thought about what and how we consume things, maybe more time to reflect on that, to consider how we're living and how we could be doing that better.